Here we go, folks. We're just 5 days away now from the New Hampshire primary. That's the next one up. Former President Trump at 50% among Republicans there. Haley at 34%. DeSantis down at 5%. This is according to the new Boston Globe polling that we have up on the board for you to take a look at there. And zooming out nationwide in this new polling, 3/4 of Republicans say that they would be just fine with the former president being their nominee in 2024. Very strong numbers after a historic Iowa win, prompting the former president to start hinting at who might be on the boards for that next administration. Watch this.
This guy is the most solid guy. There's no controversy whatsoever. And he's one of the best governors in our country. And I hope that I'm going to be able to call on him to be a piece of the administration, a very important piece of the administration.
That was Monday night in the victory speech. He was referring to North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, the first former GOP primary candidate to endorse the former President Donald Trump, who wants to be president again. Governor, good to have you with us. Thank you very much for being here.
Martha, great to be with you. Thanks for having me on. Great to see you again.
So we enjoyed having you on the stage for the first debate. You had an accident, hurt your leg, and hobbled up there in a very sportsmanlike way. And you and I spoke here on the set of the story as well. What prompted you to turn around and endorse the person who you were running against at that stage so quickly?
Well, Martha, you know that when I was running on three things: the economy, energy, and national security. And these three are intertwined, and they affect the lives of every American. And when I, as both a business leader and now as a governor, I've had an opportunity to be a governor under President Trump. I've had an opportunity to be a governor under Joe Biden. And so I've had a front row seat on understanding who understands these issues. And Joe Biden's wrong on the economy. He's wrong on energy. He's wrong on national security. National security includes border security. President Trump, he's right on these issues. He understands national security. He's got proven strength and experience to be able to get the job done. And he's a guy that under him, the economy was booming. Energy in the United States was advancing, as opposed to us empowering foreign dictators with our crazy energy policies under Biden. So as a governor who understands a large energy state, a large agriculture state, whether it's small businesses, whether it's families, America's going to be better off under President Trump. So this was an easy decision. So,
you know, obviously on the campaign trail, it's all about drawing contrast. But here you are on Meet the Press talking to Chuck Todd back on July the 9th. Watch this.
Would you ever do business with Donald Trump?
I don't think so.
Why?
I just think that it's important that you're judged by the company you keep, and
You just wouldn't do business with him?
No, I wouldn't.
What do you say about that now, Governor?
Well, I was just saying, I endorsed President Trump in 2016. I endorsed him in 2020. I'm endorsing him now because it's the right decision for our country. And again, on the topics that are important to every American, whether it's energy, economy, national security, these are the things that matter. He gets it right. This is a guy who's tireless in his work ethic. I had a chance to be with him earlier this week. Guy works 20 hours a day. And he's doing it. He wouldn't have to be doing this. He's doing it because he cares deeply about America and the direction and where America's going. And the people that we met when campaigning in Iowa and New Hampshire understand that. They've got a deep love for the president. They understand that he's out there fighting for him. And again, this makes it's the right sense. We're going to see all kinds of folks endorsing the president in the next few months because he's going to win this nomination. This race may be over as soon as next Tuesday. When he's the nominee, you're going to see a lot of folks that are nominating him. But again, I've been in his court since 2016, and I'm still there. So
but you said you wouldn't want to. You're known by the company you keep, and you wouldn't want to do business with him. I'm just giving you a chance to comment on that. Do you not feel that way now, or was that campaign talk, or how would you characterize it?
Well, in 6 months, it's interesting. I've seen this clip multiple times this week. In 6 months, I said only positive things about President Trump, and this one clip comes up. And it's funny, nobody in the national media has asked me about would I do business with Joe Biden. No one's asked me about anybody else.
All
and
right.
So this is.
Let me ask you this. I understood. A lot of comments fly on the campaign trail, and I have heard you be very positive about a lot of what the former president did. And as you say, you have endorsed him several times. So, do you see yourself as a potential vice presidential candidate with him?
Well, when we ran, we weren't running for a cabinet position. We weren't running for VP. That wasn't the whole point. I've got a fantastic job right now, one of the greatest jobs in the world, governor of North Dakota, and I can have an opportunity to run for a third term in North Dakota, or I can go back to the private sector. So these are all options that I have. I spent my whole career in the private sector, like President Trump. Both of us got elected for the very first time in 2016. So these are all hypothetical questions about who's on the ticket, who's in the cabinet.
Sure.
Right now, we've got to unite the Republican Party. We've got to close out this nomination, and we got to get focused on beating Joe Biden. It's going to be a tough race in the fall, and none of these hypotheticals matter unless Republicans win the race, and that's important for this country, and it's important for the world. The world is less safe and less prosperous under Joe Biden. Under President Trump, we had no wars, and the economy was booming.
Well, Governor Burgum, one of the good things about these campaigns is it helps the American people get to know a lot of people who are working hard out there better. And I think that is something that happened with you in terms of your profile on the national stage. So we look forward to continuing the conversation with you and having you on here on The Story. And I thank you for being here today, sir.
Thank you, Martha. Appreciate that. Look forward to being with you again.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.